Welcome to a new saber combat tutorial. In this video, our primary Shii-Cho instructor Matthew will be walking you through the first trajectory of our Shii-Cho Dulon. We did upload tutorials for this same Dulon a couple years ago, but since then we've made some improvements that have made this more combat accurate and more repeatable by optimizing areas where there weren't ideal body mechanics happening. It's much better now. Very briefly, a Dulon is our combat system's word for kata, which is found in lots of other systems. A Dulon is not the same thing as choreography because they have completely different goals. The goal of choreography is to entertain and look cool. A Dulon's goal is to train your form. We teach adapted versions of traditional and historical sword fighting techniques, so our main focus with all these exercises is to help you maintain good form and to create drills that will improve your skills as a fighter. So if you're starting with this video and you're wanting to follow along at home, you're welcome to do so. But you might get lost in some of the terminology regarding footwork and bladework, since the main goal of this video is to be a supplementary homework and training guide for our current students. Hi, current students. But don't worry, I will have lots of other beginner tutorials coming for you soon. Last thing before we jump into the saber stuff. We did not have a working set of microphones when we filmed this first part, so I apologize, but you will have to endure some of me popping in and out through a voiceover and some gymnasium audio from Matthew's instruction during classes. Matthew is right-handed, so he's going to be demonstrating all of this with his right side as his dominant. If you're following along and you're left-handed, treat your left as your dominant and your right as your non-dominant while completing the exact same steps. Let's jump into it.
Start the trajectory standing feet together, shoulders square. The first step is a three-phase forward with your dominant foot leading. This is followed by another three-phase. Next, you will bring your feet together and then step wide and short, no more than the length of your foot, in another three-phase. Repeat this step again.
These steps are just the beginning. Let's see how Matthew teaches these steps to our students during class.
This first combination of footwork I'm going to get you guys to do, we're going to do it to a 6 count, back and forth. Starting from feet together, okay? You can have your hands out in front of you, it's completely up to you. I'm going to stand straight up after this one. You're going to step in on the three-phase, and now you're only going to do a half step on this three-phase, but it's going to be a little wider, okay? So instead of a normal three-phase, I'm going to step out and short. I'm going to step in, half three-phase wide. In, low, lunge, three-phase, okay? Into a lunge. In, lunge. Okay? Stand straight up, feet together. Short three-phase. Stand straight up, feet together. Short three-phase. Okay? Lunge, three-phase.
If you're following along at home, practice this exercise on your own. Start by counting to 3 with each step, then increase if you want the extra challenge. You can repeat these steps until you're really comfortable because we're about to add some more to it. Hook step with dominant foot into Jedi guard. Step into ready stance with dominant foot forward. Hook step with non-dominant foot into Jedi guard. Step into ready stance with non-dominant foot forward. Hook step with dominant foot into Jedi guard. Step into ready stance with dominant foot forward. Transitional three-phase step into lunge with dominant foot. All right, let's take a look at that ending from a better angle. In addition to our first-year students who are taking this curriculum for the very first time, we also have returning students in this room who are, instead of training two-handed dominant, are also training one-handed or non-dominant handed or hand-and-a-half variants of this same Dulon. So here's a demonstration of the footwork and the blade work if you are doing this one-handed. I'm showing you this first because you get a really good shot of the finishing footwork here.
Honor sash. Side. Honor sash. Side. Weapon. Load. Strike that. Line off the load. Strike that. Transition to Jedi guard. Okay. Open stance. Sarlacc. Jedi guard. Open stance. Hook. Sarlacc. Jedi guard. Okay. Open the stance. Parry to transitional.
Now it's finally time to go through the blade work for this trajectory with the traditional two-handed wield. Let's go. There is only one part of our improved version missing in this clip. It's a special type of defensive parry we like to call a Minot. The purpose of this movement is to effectively move your opponent's weapon out of the way so that you can move in with your next decisive attack. And zone 1 is kind of as decisive as it gets for a target zone because it is the neck and head area. Honor sash into a falling sai to your open side. Repeat on the opposite side. Horizontal cho attacking zone 2. Horizontal cho attacking zone 1. Parry, Minot, to load horizontal cho attacking zone 1. Stand in Jedi guard. 2 consecutive rising sais into Jedi guard. Load for your next strike in the greater crate guard. Falling sai. Why is this trajectory so repetitive? Well, balance is important. Your opponent in a duel is not always going to so graciously allow you to always strike and move to your preferred sides. And their defense may be so ironclad that they may be forcing you to maneuver in a way that you did not initially intend that could potentially leave you at a disadvantage. Training your dominant and non-dominant sides equally not only will help improve your mind-body connection in all physical activity, but also will help you train more cohesively as you fight. This is a big reason why you see so many students in that room who have come back for a second round of training to do it all again with the opposite side. I did say in the beginning that this was all practical combat, not just choreography. A question that sometimes comes up when we teach this is, well, if it's supposed to be a realistic simulation, how come sometimes we attack the same zone twice in a row? There is a fun answer for that, and there is a more real answer for that. The fun answer is that canonically in the lore, Shii-Cho was the form being used to take out swaths of droids or large amounts of enemies all at a time. So even if you've cut zone 1 of target 1, you could then swing back in and cut zone 1 of target 2. So you could say that you're imagining attacking multiple opponents. However, the real answer is that with the exception of later trajectories where you do turn around to face another direction, the assumption we're making is that your attack was simply not successful because your opponent was so comprehensive in their defense that your first strike didn't work. And yes, there is a way to defend against this whole Dulon. In the next video, you will be graced with Matthew's voice on the microphone to take you through trajectory 2. Each trajectory does get more difficult and more technical as we progress, so we recommend you get as comfortable as possible with each trajectory before advancing to the next one. I'm going to hand it back off to Matthew to sign us off.
All right, thank you for watching. Tune in next time for Trajectory 2, and don't forget to tag us on any of your socials, or even send us your videos of you doing this yourself. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. May the Force be with you.